Hello and welcome back to the Home Sweet Healthy Homes episode. Today is going to be our last episode of 2024. So crazy that the year is already wrapping up. We've had a couple of big achievements this year with the 1 year anniversary of the podcast. Additionally, we also attended a couple of conferences too, which have been pretty exciting. So we do have a special guest on today's episode. Welcome, Patty Novak. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm good. So do you mind explaining a little bit about yourself, what you do, where you work, all that?
I am an attorney. I've been an attorney for over 30 years. I have been with Felco & Associates here in Quincy for the past 17 years. And at the firm, we focus on estate planning with a large part of our practice dedicated to elder law planning.
Exciting.
And I'm also your mother, too.
Yes. Special fun fact for you all right there. As you mentioned, you said you worked for 30 years?
I've been an attorney for 30
years.
Over
Yeah.
30 years.
Yeah. So what, I guess, guided you into this role and what inspired you to become an elder attorney, or maybe just an attorney in general?
Out of college, I decided I wanted to be an attorney. Worked at the State House for a little while with now Norfolk County DA Mike Morrissey, but worked as his legislative aide out of college and became really interested in the law at that point. Went to law school, passed the bar, and worked in a general practice firm for the first 15 years. And then around 18 years ago, moved over to Felco & Associates, where I've been ever since. And through that practice, became an attorney that focuses primarily on, like I said, estate planning with a huge emphasis on elder law.
Great. And the reason why you're here for elder law, and as you all know, we have a new older adult aging in place program. So here's that little combination tidbit for you all. We'll talk a little bit about, the legal side, and then we'll discuss a little bit about how we can help the elderly and older adults stay in their house a little bit longer and not moving them into nursing homes, as is one of your responsibilities and roles as an elder law attorney.
Yeah, that's one of the things we do. So, the biggest challenges facing elders these days, I think, is their housing situation. Many of my clients want to stay at home and age in place, but due to their lack of resources or just inability to have basic maintenance and repairs done, sometimes they're forced to sell and rent, or even sell and move into an assisted living or a worst case scenario, a nursing home. And so I'm thrilled to hear that there are programs in the city of Quincy that help clients as well as just residents with these issues.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about this new pilot program?
Yeah, so as previously been mentioned here, I know we did a small little episode back a couple months ago, which you can refer to that as well. But here's a little overview of what our program is. So we provide a $5,000 grant for older adults to age in their home. Some eligibility requirements: you need to be over this age of 62, so 62 or older, and you also need to own your home that is in Quincy. So this only works for homeowners in Quincy, but it is truly such a great program where you can get a ramp, handicap accessible shower, stairs, anything of that nature into your house is under that $5,000 grant limit, which is pretty good, and it seems like something that a lot of your clients or prospective clients could be interested in.
They could definitely benefit. And I believe when I was reading over the documentation, there's income requirements also. Can you tell me a little bit about those so I can educate my clients?
Of course, yeah. So the income requirements are listed on our website, which you can find at theofficeofhealthyhomes.org, But for one person, it's $91,000 and will go up as the amount of people in the household go up. So I think 2 people, I believe, is $104,000 and etc. So we're going to be taking into account your retirement, how much you're making from retirement, or your Social Security, or whatever your income is. We'll be looking at it at a case-by-case basis. So good question. Good question.
Yeah, sounds like a wonderful program. I think one of the challenges that I see is how to get that information out to not only my clients, but the constituents in Quincy or the residents in Quincy. How to best market that information so everybody's aware of the potential. I know at my firm, we plan on putting the pamphlet that the city provides in our newsletter. Hopefully that will educate a lot of our residents, local residents, as to this program.
Of course, and older adults may not be as tech savvy as maybe our younger individuals or younger listeners, but we are able to help you with whatever you may need. So if you're unsure of how to submit an application or using our website to submit the application, whatnot, we are able to come over and actually help you find the necessary documents, meet at a library and help you fill out the application. So in turn, you don't have to submit it online. You can either hand it to us at a meeting place, at our office, or even mail it in as well. So there are plenty of resources available, and we are willing to help you to whatever you may need if you're looking to apply to this program and use the funds to help you age in your house.
Are there any other programs besides this $5,000 grant out there that my clients may be interested in?
Yes. So we have talked about each of our programs in depth on the podcast, whether it was the second episode or the first episode. You can check back all the way to the beginning and we will have those episodes. But we do have our housing rehab program, which is for older. We like to say it's for everyone, but it is mostly targeted at older adult. This one is a 0% interest loan, and you can get up to $30,000 to do necessary home repairs. So normally it's windows, it's roofs, it's a repair of a porch. We also have our lead abatement program, and this one is totally a grant, so meaning that you can get up to $30,000 grant. It's in a 5-year forgivable loan. So if you live in your house for 5 years, we'll take 20% of that loan forgiven each year. So, and then that will remove the lead from your house. And so that one we like to say is mostly targeted at young families. Do need to have a child under the age of 6 to be eligible for that program and that lead grant money. And going on to one of our last programs, that is our first time home buyer program, and we provide up to $40,000 in down payment assistance. So that's mostly our young adults looking to move out and start a family. So each stage of your life, we have a program available for you as well. While they're targeted at all ages and times of life, do have one for your first time home buyer, once you have a family, and once you're older, and then our new aging in place older adults program. So now that we've learned a little bit about what you do, what does a typical day-to-day look like in your life as an elder attorney?
So, like I said, I do estate planning for all ages. So in the course of one day, I could have a client 29 years old, and at the same day I could be seeing clients that are in their 90s. And believe it or not, anybody over the age of 18 needs the same type of basic legal documents. And those documents are, everybody needs a will, which is a set of instructions that basically tell the world when you pass how you want any assets you own at that time distributed, typically to family members, spouse, children, siblings, parents. The other documents that are critical documents for everybody over 18 is a power of attorney. That's a document where you're alive but you're incapacitated. You're unable to make your own financial decisions or legal decisions. You're unable to access your bank account, pay your bills, get information about your assets. You want to give another person the legal authority to do all of those types of things on your behalf. during this time when you're incapacitated. If you have a power of attorney in place, you'll never have to worry about someone going into court and becoming your conservator to make those decisions for you. The next equally critical document is your healthcare proxy. Again, you're incapacitated. You're unable to make your own healthcare decisions. You have to give somebody else legal authority to make those healthcare decisions for you. So if you have a healthcare proxy in place, you're never going to have to worry about going to court or somebody in your family going into court and requesting to become your guardian to make those healthcare decisions for you. So if you have a power of attorney and a healthcare proxy, along those lines, as we do a lot of work with trusts, protecting assets from going through the probate court. You want to create a trust so that if you were to pass away, owning your home, whoever your beneficiaries are will automatically have legal ownership of the home upon your passing and not have to go through this minimum of a year-long court process, which is known as the probate court, proving to the court that your will is valid and that your people that you've named as beneficiaries are the rightful and legal beneficiaries of your estate. Those documents are critical for all ages, anyone over 18. When we do elder law, when my clients are older, we focus on protecting assets in that worst case scenario you ever need a nursing home. Typically in Massachusetts, the average nursing home costs anywhere between $16,000 upwards of $23,000. I
Wow.
just heard last week one of my clients is paying privately $23,000 a month for their spouse who's in a nursing home. So a large part of our practice is devoted to helping people protect their assets from these very, very expensive nursing home costs.
That's crazy. $16,000 to $23,000 a month just
Yes.
based on nursing homes, which makes you think, we're willing to help people with this program stay in their house where maybe they're most comfortable to, move around. They know where to go. Like they know they've lived in there for multiple years. And at the same time, it's crazy that with the nursing homes are $23,000 or $16,000 to $23,000. With our program, we could make it the older adults could age in place not only comfortably in a space that they know and they're familiar with as well. So
Yeah, most of our clients want to stay at home. In a perfect world, they want to stay at home. And that's a common phrase we use. Can you age in place? Is there a bathroom on the first level? Is there a room? Do you have a bedroom, or can you convert a room on the first floor to a bedroom if you get to the point where you can't walk upstairs? And that's why I'm really excited about your program, because it's going to allow people the opportunity to make changes in their house that will help them stay in their house longer by adding ramps or fixing the lighting and rearranging cabinets so that it's easily accessible for clients with limited mobility.
So we've been talking about, this term, this whole episode, we've been throwing around this term aging in place and helping older adults to age in place. And I guess, what does aging in place mean? And how do you think it supports older adults to live independently as they age?
Aging in place simply means staying at home, staying where you're comfortable. A lot of times, the biggest challenge is when there's a bathroom and a bedroom upstairs and they, for whatever reason, lack of finances or just unable to get the renovations done, or it's just not realistic to put a bathroom or a bedroom on the first floor. Those are the biggest challenges for people that want to stay in their home and they can't without that bathroom on the first floor. There's other programs out there also, types of Medicaid that assist with people with paying for the nursing home and also paying for care at home. Both of those are based on income and assets. There are two different programs in Massachusetts under Mass Health. Our goal at Felco and Associates is to help people get the benefits so that they can make the right decision about their future. Particularly under Mass Health, here in Massachusetts, there's two types of benefits that assist our elder clients. One of them is a long-term Mass Health benefit, which helps people pay for those crazy prices at the nursing home. And the other one is a type of community Mass Health, which helps people stay in their homes by providing home health aides, or a ride to an adult day health program, an attendance at an adult day health program, or pays family members to stay at home and take care of adults or of their parents or spouse. Both of those programs are based on income and asset guidelines, and would be happy to talk to you in more detail about those programs. If anyone's interested, they can always give us a call at Felco and Associates.
Yeah, I'll put all your information in the blurb down below too. So if people want to get in contact with you, or they find that maybe after listening to this podcast that maybe they do need a will or a health proxy or whatever it may be, that they can call your office and they're able to help you out, direct them to wherever they need to go. So, kind of going back into why you chose elder law and journey as a attorney, what advice would you give to someone who may be interested in pursuing a career in just law or elder law or all of the above?
There's so many things you can do with your law degree, so it really depends on what that individual person wants to do. Elder law is an area that is increasingly more sophisticated because of the number of our population is living longer. People are staying alive. People are staying in their homes into their 80s and 90s. So we need resources out there to help them make these decisions and stay in their homes and stay out of a nursing home. Really look forward to collaborating with the City of Quincy and learning more about the programs so that I can educate my clients when they come to see us about potential opportunities for grants and loans and other avenues that will help them stay in their homes.
No, definitely. And as we're trying to market this program and get it out to the public and the residents of Quincy, I think that'd be a great idea by having maybe small workshops, or even, like you mentioned, putting it in your newsletter, even by having this podcast out there too. It's getting the word out to whoever is looking in need of our program. So I have one last question for you, which by far I think it's one of the best questions. You know, you hear all about what our guests do and their roles and their jobs, which is all interesting stuff. But I feel like with this question, we can learn more about who our guests are. Do you have a fun fact that you would like to share with our viewers?
I can do a great cartwheel.
Wow. Yes, she was a former gymnast, everybody. We've got a pretty big deal here in the office over here.
From the Quincy YMCA.
From the Quincy YMCA. Well, you heard it here first, folks. As always, I do have a couple updates for you all coming up. Well, first of all, happy holidays, and I hope you all have a great new year and a good 2025. We do have our Lunar New Year coming up, so that's one of our first big events of the new year. That is going to be happening in mid-February, so definitely keep your eyes open for our Lunar Day celebrations, designs. If you have any promo ideas that you would like to see at some of our events, definitely feel free to send us an email, send us a question on our website. Also, this is a little bit of a ways away as well, but Office of Healthy Homes is heading to Washington, D.C. for our National Community Development Association conference, our winter conference that we have every year. Exciting enough though, this year, yours truly, I will be presenting at one of the sessions, which is really interesting and kind of has everything to do with this podcast. It does have to do with social media, so I'm really excited to talk at that session. And colleague Jane, she's also going to be discussing a little bit about our home programs as well. So stay tuned for some more information about that. But as always, my phone number is 617-376-1055. My email, ktenney, KTENNEY @quincyma.gov. Wow. Thanks so much for coming on to the podcast and chatting with us today about all things elder law and older adults aging in place program.
My pleasure, anytime.
Without further ado, that concludes today's episode. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Happy holiday season. Happy New Year. Welcoming into 2025. And yeah, all right.
Now Kate's going to take me to lunch.
Bye.